Let's just start with this one powerful idea because it's really the key to everything we're about to unpack. This is the real story behind one of the biggest brands on the planet. All right, so let's get right into it. We're going to peel back the layers and look at the hidden psychology and the brilliant strategies that took Starbucks from just a single coffee shop to a global juggernaut. But first, we have to start with the official story. You know, the one Starbucks has spent millions, probably billions of dollars telling us. The brand myth they want us all to believe. And hey, you can't argue with the results, right? I mean, look at this number. Over 38,000 stores across the globe. That's a scale that is just, it's hard to even wrap your head around. They are literally on every corner. So how'd they do it? Well, the official story is pretty simple. It boils down to three things. They had better beans, they built nicer cafes, and all of that added up to a better, more premium experience. Sounds pretty straightforward, doesn't it? Yeah, but what if that story, the one we've all heard 1,000 times, isn't the whole picture? What if it's not even the most important part? What if the coffee itself was never really the point? And this is where Howard Schultz, the architect of modern Starbucks, enters the picture. See, to really get what he did, you have to stop thinking of him as a coffee guy and start seeing him as a master student of human behavior. And this slide just lays it all out. Before Starbucks, coffee in America was basically just fuel. It was functional, it was cheap, you got endless refills at the diner. But Schultz's vision, whoa, that was something totally different. It was about creating an experience, giving you an identity, and building a daily ritual. And the key to that whole vision, the absolute foundation of it, was this one word, habit. That was the real goal, not just to sell you one cup of coffee, but to make buying that coffee a non-negotiable, automatic part of your day. Now, he got the inspiration from those incredible, lively cafes in Italy. But here's the genius part. He didn't just copy and paste it. He took it apart, piece by piece, and rebuilt it as a perfectly controllable, predictable system he could scale up infinitely. So how did he actually do it? Well, it all came down to a core psychological strategy, a kind of master plan we can call the third place blueprint. And this blueprint, it's got three main parts. First, you invent this whole new kind of space, the third place. Then, you use personalization to create a psychological anchor to the product. And finally, you hide how much things really cost behind a dizzying amount of complexity. Let's walk through each one. Okay, so first, the environment itself. The third place is that spot that's not home and it's not work, it's somewhere else. It was meticulously designed, the comfy chairs, the warm lighting, all of it to make you want to stay. Because the longer you're there, the more it becomes a part of your life. Then there's the cup. You know, that simple act of writing your name on it? That wasn't just about good customer service. No. It was a brilliant psychological anchor. It makes the cup yours. It creates a sense of ownership. And once it's your drink, you're a lot less likely to sweat the price, especially when the menu makes it nearly impossible to compare costs anyway. But look, a great atmosphere and a personalized cup only get you so far. The product itself, the actual drink, had to pull its weight. It had to be engineered to reinforce that habit and make you crave it. And wow, this chart says it all, doesn't it? Just look at the sugar content in a signature Starbucks drink versus a can of soda, let alone a simple black coffee. This isn't just a drink anymore. It's a high-octane delivery system for things your brain absolutely loves. And that's the crucial thing to understand. It was never just about the caffeine kick. It was a carefully balanced cocktail of sugar, fat, and caffeine, a trifecta designed to light up the dopamine reward centers in your brain. It was, in a way, chemically engineering you to come back for more. And when you perfect that system and scale it globally, while the local guys just stand no chance, how could an independent coffee shop with its quirky, inconsistent experience possibly compete against a global machine that delivered the exact same reliable hit every single time in every single city? Which brings us to maybe the most clever part of this whole strategy. As Starbucks became a global phenomenon, the product they were selling, it stopped being what was actually in the cup. It was all about what holding that cup said about you. Carrying around that iconic green logo became a powerful signal. It told the world you were busy, you were a professional, you were important. The cup itself became a piece of social currency. All right, so you got the perfect place, the addictive product, and the status symbol. What's the final move? You have to lock in that behavior for good. You have to make it almost unthinkable for the customer to go anywhere else. You turn loyalty into a game. That's what the Starbucks Rewards app is all about. It's not really about convenience, it's about compulsion. Collecting stars, unlocking rewards, it gamifies the act of buying coffee, turning a simple transaction into a little quest that makes the habit nearly unbreakable. So at the end of the day, it's pretty clear. Starbucks didn't win because their coffee was objectively the best. They won because they understood and mastered human psychology, habit, and social status better than almost any company in history. Which leaves us with one last question, a pretty big one to think about. That daily coffee run, is it a choice you're actively making because you genuinely love the product? Or is it just the end result of a decades-long, perfectly executed strategy designed to train you